And that's bringing to light what's important to me today. And when you look at the vision must therefore later on go to the mission. The vision must therefore go to the mission. The vision is in the future, it's a dream. The mission is what you do today. The mission is what you do today. What are you doing today? That's your mission. And what do you want to do tomorrow? That's the dream of the future. How do you know what to pick up? Do you want to write the book? You will put it in your value filter. You'll put it out and say, oh, great, that the indicator is good. The litmus test is good. It matches with my value. It works with my value. I think it's good. I think it's not good, etc. These are goals. Every goal is played within a role. Every goal is played within a role. That means you have a vision. This vision goes through a mission. Now you play the role. I'm the CEO. I'm the father. I'm the sportsman. I'm this. I'm that. These are roles we play. Now I have goals. So as a father, I want to put that money for my son, for his marriage, for his education, for something, something, something. As a husband, I want to do this. As a CXO, I want to raise 3% something. I want to hire somebody. I want to fire somebody. So these are goals. How do you reach these goals? These goals are specific to the role. And what are goals? When you look at goals, you realize that every goal tells you what do you want and where are you. Every goal has a story. What's important in a goal is a state of resourcefulness. What's important in the role is the role of value. And if you're going to negotiate the non-negotiable, you've completely screwed up everything. So how do you know what's not negotiable? When you begin to negotiate the non-negotiable, there's a problem. That takes away everything. That takes away relationship. If I come to your office for an interview, and if you start negotiating my value, if you start negotiating that which is highly important to me, hey, we lost everything. That's a tough one, huh? That's a tough one. So when you're working on a goal, the question to ask is, am I negotiating time? Am I negotiating money? Am I negotiating relations? Am I negotiating value? How do you build better relationship? Find what's important to them and never negotiate it. Well, if I have to explain charisma in one line, if I have to explain persuasion in one line, find out what's valuable for them and never negotiate that. You've built a relationship to last. So if somebody comes to you for a job and they say, I need the money, I need to contribute, I need recognition, I need to work in a place with high infrastructure, it's good to ask them, right? What's more important amongst all of this? Because they're all important, but what's not negotiable? And if it's money, don't negotiate that or don't hire them. Similarly for you, if you're going to take up the next project, find out what's value and what's valuable. The two aspects. What's valuable to you today? What's valuable to you sitting today in this session right now? What's valuable to you? And if you don't find value, I think because it's limited, you should take that call. What's value and what's valuable? That's the key. And that's the change that brings the change. That's the thinking about the thinking. That's the learning of the learning. It's not just what you see, it's the meta position. That's the difference that can create the difference. And in that coaching conversation, I really want to know what is stopping you. What is really stopping you in that story? And it's one of these three most of the time. It's either motivation, it's either opportunity, or it's capacity. You either lack in the motivation. Uh, it's not something that's valuable. That's what they are saying. And that's why a lot of stories, right? That's why you will procrastinate. That's why you will delay. That's why you will have these stories of excuses and all of that, because you lack the motivation. I see people who say, I want to learn French. After 2 years, I meet them. I ask them, did you learn French? They say, no, it's still on my goal. I'd say, drop it. And when you think it's valuable, pick it up again. I want to write that book. I'm like, did you write that book? No, I'm on it. it's been 3 years. Did you write the first page? The best way to write a book is to write the first chapter, at least to have an index, at least to have a name, at least to have a concept. What's the first step? That's commitment to the action. And commitment to the action comes from the capacity. Are you capable? Do you have the skill? Do you have the will? Between skill and will, I say invest in the will. Go there where the will takes you. That's the wind. Go there where the will takes you. Where is your will taking you? The will is your value, right? That's important to you, and that's why you want to do. Otherwise, sometimes we're having goals for the world. It's like this, let's say I'm very impressed with Rajesh, and I happen to see Rajesh is holding a book. And I say, damn, Rajesh is having that book. I will also go and buy that book because I am looking up to Rajesh, and Rajesh has that book and I want to have that book. But the difference between me and Rajesh was Rajesh read the book and I bought the book because I didn't have the motivation. He bought the book for himself. I bought the book for my shelf. That's the difference. The difference was, it was not the capacity. I had the ability to read, but I lacked the fucking motivation because it was not valuable to me. And I think a lot of motivation happening around in this world is about, you have to be the first, you have to be the best. No, there's no place you have to reach. Are you happy where you are? You don't have to trade that place to bring that disruption to be happy again. If you're happy, hey, that's great, right? Not everybody wants to be the best and the first. And no, recognize what you really want. Are your goals really yours? Or is it sold to you strategically by the capitalistic ideas of this world where people are constantly selling you that you are not happy? Or even the presupposition saying that you too can be happy, which means you're not happy. You can make more money, it means I don't have more money. It's to understand the subtle multi-layer capitalistic communications to know how miserable we are, and then to really go within and ask, are we? Is that the bus I want to catch? Is that the journey I want to embark? To know what's value, to know what's valuable. And motivation, opportunity, capacity. Well, life gives you opportunity. There's opportunity everywhere. And unless you are clinical, this is true. If you're clinical, you can say, well, I don't have the hormones, I don't have the chemicals, I have the organ stuff, I have these problems inside my system because of which I cannot work. But that's different. But if you're not clinical, well, that's why Dick used to say therapy is too good to be restricted to the sick alone. It's like coconut water. Why only sell it outside every hospital? Why not outside schools and everywhere? Because that's where we understand the difference. What's holding us back? It's motivation, it's opportunity, it's capacity.